Okay, thought I'd do a quick little video just of the car I'm running in this speedrun challenge. So I'll start from the outside first. So it's a standard Grasshopper kit. I got a Grasshopper body, not a big fan of painting, so I just went with all the stickers of some Tamiya and a bunch of the companies I've been buying some of the bits and pieces off for this speedrun challenge. So standard body, still the screw mounts. If we start from the front, have that cheapy high-speed servo that everybody seems to run in Australia, but it's working quite well. 12 kilo low profile. I think it's SPT 4412 LV it's called, but depending on where you buy them, 15-20 bucks. I've got a Kimbrough servo saver on there. Might be able to just see it, the sun's probably hiding it. The Tamiya one just has too much slop in it. I must say, this car, I think, of any Tamiya, including more expensive ones, has the least amount of slop I have ever seen on a Tamiya. So if I try and wobble the arm, nothing. A little bit in the wheel, but it's more the wheel on the axle almost. Almost no slop. So if we spin it over, it's hard to see because I don't have the front out, but I put two tiny 1mm spacers just in front of these arms. Yeah. So two tiny little spacers, and that just seemed to take out almost all the wobbling. But as you can see here, they still, I still have that suspension. So the suspension is not standard Grasshopper. I stole some bits, and it's the Hornet. So there's a little O-ring in there that's greased up, just gives it maybe a tiny bit of resistance on the recoil. I don't know if it helps. And then I've got a little Tamiya 5mm suspension spacer. I do have, using standard Tamiya ball cups, ball cups on the inside and whatever you call the open ball cup on the outside, and these little aluminium turnbuckles for the steering. Just, it's, like I said, it's given it the least slop I think of any car I've ever had. So just using the GNSS speed controller, and I saw someone else, speed analyzer. So I saw someone else say this is the perfect spot. Put a tiny little bit of Velcro in the bottom there, and then got this little servo saver attached to a piece of plastic that just seems to lock it in there. Just using a Hobbywing 1080. Never used that before. Seems pretty good so far. And thanks to Charles Levac for probably saying his name incorrectly, but thanks Charles for telling me to solder my motor leads directly to the motor rather than use the connectors. It did get me a couple of miles an hour faster. Just in there, beside the tyre, hopefully you can see that. I'm using the Hot Racing aluminium chassis extension, so it gives you 10mm more length. I'll flip it over so you can see how it attaches. There we go. Maybe better in the sun. So I started off with some rear Blitzer Beetle tyres, rear Blitzer Beetle rims with some AcroShot tyres. Now I've moved up to these Proline Reaction belted drag slicks. They weren't that expensive though, 25 bucks Aussie. Standard gearbox, standard gearing. 18 tooth at the moment, but it's a steel pinion. I have some oil shocks mounted, just using the Grasshopper II plastic adapters, and these are actually Tamiya mini shocks, so they're meant to be fronts, and I just flipped them upside down to be able to get the longer extender, just to be able to tuck up into and attach to the original Grasshopper mount. And then my motor I've been running, which I'm hoping to get a slightly faster one by the end of the contest, but it's doing pretty good so far, is this LRP V10 Spec 6 12 turn. I couldn't find the 10 anywhere in Australia before the contest started, so I bought the 12. But yeah, I think I need a little bit quicker. What else have we got? I'm just using this one battery for this run. It's actually quite hard to find a small battery to fit in the Hornet that's 7.4 volts. Every shorty in Australia just seems to be the high voltage, bloody 7.6, but managed to get this one. It is 100C, does seem to be running pretty well, and I'm just using a standard FlySky. FSGT3C seems to have enough range at the moment for me, and yeah, with a bunch of settings on the Expo and the dual rate, because I can't actually drive, but somehow this car is managing to stay straight and is treating me kindly. Have not had a huge wipeout, touch wood, yet. So anyway, that's a little intro to the car I'm running, and yeah, okay, I'll see you in another video, hopefully with a faster speed.